Okay, so I wanted to make an example or show an example of calculating confidence interval when you have the mean and standard deviation. So we have a sample of 30 randomly selected oranges, and they measured the diameter of all 30 oranges. They found from the sample the average diameter was 91 millimeters with a standard deviation of 8. And they want us to calculate an 85% confidence interval. So I am going to set up, I've got my formula over here, and this is what we're going to use to find our z-score. I am going to go ahead and set up identify my variables. So X bar is my mean, and that is 91. I have that my z-score. So if we're looking at a z-score for an 85% confidence interval, that is going to be, looking at 85%, a z-score of 1.44. I have my standard deviation that we got from our sample, and that is a standard deviation of 8. And then n is my sample size, and it is a sample of 30 oranges. So n is 30. So identify my variables so that I can go ahead and set this up. And I have 91 plus or minus 1.44. And then multiplied, and you can put this in parentheses just to kind of help organize it a little bit better. Standard deviation is 8 divided by the square root of 30, my sample size. I'm going to go ahead and first just calculate this side. Remember, this is my margin of error, or MO as I like to call it. And so if I do 1.44 times 8 divided by the square root of 30, I get a margin of error of 2.103. And so I have 91 plus or minus my MO, margin of error 2.103. Now I need to find my upper and lower bound here. The lower bound is when we subtract. So 91 minus 2.103 is going to be 88.897. And you always have to do the lower one first. An interval always shows the lower number first and then the higher number second. So we add to get our upper bound, and we have 93.103. So I am 85% confident that the average diameter of all oranges is between 88.897 and 93.103 millimeters. And that is how we would calculate our confidence interval given a mean and standard deviation.